Alright, so I have not been online for a while just because I messed up with my Apple password and it took me lots of troubleshooting. And anyway, long story short, I finally got back online, but I have been very busy. I've got my cucumber plants and an onion that are growing in it as well. Here's another one. And here's another, it's called silver slicer cucumbers. This is another one. Another one, lots and lots of cucumbers. This is a lot of my peppers, which they took off really fast and they were really easy to grow. Some more cucumbers and some cilantro, and all these totes are going to go somewhere in the yard once I figure out exactly where I want them. A lot of them are going to be over here in this corner, and I also have my bed, and my bed just kind of holds right now. In the ground I have radishes, and I have spinach, and I have romaine lettuce, and a lot of the other stuff is just seedlings that are getting ready to be planted somewhere. And it was just easier for me when I put them out in the morning just to put them in here for space wise. And here is the trellis that I put up. Starts here and it goes all the way down there. And what's going to go in the first trellis is going to be what's called Malabar spinach, which is coming along pretty well. Here are my worm bins. This worm bin down here, I'm trying to migrate the worms that were in here over here, and I'm almost finished migrating them and getting the worm castings out. Here's the tomato. It's called a red snapper that I ordered from Haas. A lot of these are my seedlings for flowers, which are marigold, and I have some snapdragons, and I have some zinnias. My pepper plant, which is growing inside one of the pallet trays. And yesterday I went ahead and loaded up some more dirt and put some flowers in this tray. And my goal is to have flowers and basil and stuff like that in this bed along these trays, so I can put up flowers and stuff that ward off bugs. And as you can see here, I don't have dirt in it, but they have been able to hold my seedlings. These are milkweed flowers, which I'm excited about that. Hopefully the monarch butterfly will come around. Here's some hibiscus, roselle hibiscus, and they're coming along well. I was thinking about braiding them into a tree, but I'm still undecided about that. Here's a pepper that got knocked over yesterday, so I went ahead and put it in a pot because all the peppers I have are not going. This is the pepper bed. All of them are not going to fit in here. Here is what's called a jigsaw puzzle. Not jigsaw puzzle, jigsaw pepper. It's got a bunch of different colors. And as you can tell, I have some insect damage on some of them. And I'm not really sure what is eating them. And yesterday I put all this not insecticide because it's no organic stuff, but stuff to deal with the bugs. And not even an hour later it rained. I didn't realize it was supposed to rain. Anyway, some more peppers and tomatoes, some snow peas that are growing down. Here is a little planter out of a 1-gallon milk jug that I built. Not built, but took apart and painted with acrylic. Here's all my garlic along this fence. I've got some cosmos flowers that were just planted not too long ago. Now, in this row, I have, it's called pusa, isaka, anyway, it's radishes. And then I have some black, actually I think these are the black carrots. And then I have the radishes growing here. They're called watermelon radishes. And over on this side, it's very shady over here. So I went ahead and just planted some carrots. Carrot seeds, and right here they're growing, not really fast because they don't have sun. Here's a cucumber plant that tends to like it over here, so I'm gonna leave it and let it trellis up that. I have some potatoes growing in this bag. This is going to be my strawberry towers, and I still have to cut these down, and the reason I put that in the middle is it's hollow, and if I water it, I can water it from the top, and the holes on the inside are going to go to the strawberry plants over in the bigger holes. So we got that. Alright, so I just found out that you should not grow tomatoes near watermelons, so most of my melons are over here along this fence. And it has some sweet crimson. I have some what's called Saturno melon. I have some sugar babies, and I have some Minnesota melon right here in these pellets. We'll see how that works out. This is the work area that I built. I put together more or less a pallet bed, and it's a little messy right now. I have some seedlings that I transferred yesterday into bigger pots because they were all in one, and I didn't want them in the sun, so they don't respond very well if they're young and just have been moved or messed with. Putting them in the sun is not a good idea. These along here, I had to prune my avocado, so I went ahead and put these into half-gallon jugs, hoping that they will put some roots out. And here, this is where I am growing, or I'm going to be planting, probably not in the ground yet, just because they're still young, trees. This tree is a sweet Maui kumquat tree, which I've heard really good things about that. Lemon Meyer. This is a Smith blood orange. This that I bought this in the fall. This is a Tsutsama mandarin orange, so it's pretty healthy. This I bought from Lowe's. It was supposed to be a grapevine, but it was dead when I planted it. I thought it had something going on with it, and it did. So I haven't taken it back. This is my thornless blackberry vine. This bag right here has my bush beans that have not sprouted yet. This raspberry, I got this from Lowe's. This is growing pretty well. And I didn't show you in the distance, I do have a blueberry vine and a blueberry bush growing. The vine hasn't really taken off too much, but it's growing just a little slower. And of course, with the cold snap we have coming up, who knows? Alright, so over here is my really low area, but it gets lots of sun. And believe it or not, I cut this grass last week. Here is my avocado tree that I pruned. And the reason it's white is so it doesn't get sunburned, because that is an issue here in the south. This is my asparagus bed. It's going to be 3-level. I left this part off so it'll be easier to load stuff into the bed. This over here is going to be, I planted, where did I plant? Dragon tongue snap beans. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to take you through the garage and show you the front. Garage is a mess. That is not, have not gotten to cleaning it out yet. I've been so busy just doing a bunch of other stuff. This is my green tower, which is 7 feet high, but right now it's only 4 levels. This right here, I took a pallet, repainted it, and put herbs in it. Here's some of my other plants. They're going to go into the ground. My broccoli, Brussels sprout that I've planted in the fall. I have some succulents back here. This is my rose bed, and they're coming up pretty nice this year, and I'm going to plant, I can't remember what I'm going to plant in between them. But oh yeah, tomatoes, because they're actually good companions for tomatoes. All right. The middle bed, the front bed's coming along pretty nice. I'm slowly getting everything leveled out. Here I planted some edamame, hasn't sprung up yet. This is a tower that's put on here, but I wanted my Swiss chard to get some more sun so it would grow a little bit bigger. And believe it or not, I took it in one night and put it underneath the grow light, and it just shot up. My celery shot up as well. This was a rose plant that I had in a container that I planted in the ground. This area over here, I'm going to plant sunflowers and flowers, and it's going to be my pretty area. And the front's going to do that as well. And I don't know if you can see this, but around the bed, I have divided and planted purple fountain, and I have the mully. So like every 5 feet is a different, it's either mully or purple. I think it's the mully on 2 ends and then the purple fountain in between them. Now when I was working on the front bed, I had some areas of my grass that got killed last year, so I pulled up some of the sod and put it in here. This I have not worked on yet. Again, I cut the grass last week. This is where I'm going to plant some of my mully. This area is so low and so wet all the time. I decided to divide up my banana trees that I had. One here, one there. That one was looking pretty sad, but it's still alive. It's got leaves coming up here. And then another banana plant here. And I have 2 banana plants. I still have to work on this area. I haven't done that yet. I have 2 banana plants, trees that just came in today, and a passion fruit vine that I've got to figure out where to put it. But anyway, in this area, this is called it's on the ground, but it's called a Durantha. I haven't put it in the ground yet because I'm undecided about when the water comes down and stuff. I'm probably gonna plant it there though, but I have built it up quite a bit. My elephant ears are gonna go here, and when they grow really big they get really pretty. Anyway, that is the update on my yard.